I'm Scott Allen Miller. It is the 4th of December, 2021. It is Saturday, and welcome to the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog. Now, I actually did this entire vlog just the other day, recorded the whole thing. I did it on DoubleTake, which is this new software from Filmic that I'm trying out on the iPhone, and generally it's pretty cool, right? It does, Filmic makes a lot of professional filming stuff for the iPhone, which is great because the iPhone has so much functionality. But I did all this recording, did the whole thing, and part of the cool thing about DoubleTake is that it does picture-in-picture, but I discovered a few things. One is it only does 1080p. Not a big deal because who really needs 4K for the daily vlog? I mean, me, obviously, but normal people, not a big deal, so it's going to work for most everybody. But it also either records both the front camera and the back camera simultaneously, really cool, but both only in 1080p, so only so cool, and it records them as two separate files. Really neat. You can go edit, put it all together later. But that's a bunch of a pain, and if you wanted to make it really nice and easy, they do have a way to record it, and they make a really big deal. What you see on the screen is what you get, so move it around, do your thing, you can set it up, and I did that. And when I went to check it out, every video is shot vertically, no matter how you actually shoot it. That probably works under certain conditions when you're vertical. However, no serious video is ever shot vertical. Of course, it only does 1080p, so how serious can it be? See where I'm going with this. So when you make it horizontal, it turns out that it makes the bit that shows my head upside down from the bit that shows the camera, and it's completely useless. So even if I correct the 90-degree problem, it's still upside down from itself. I'll show a second of that so you can see how bad it is. The whole thing is ridiculous. It's a neat idea, but it's poorly executed. And let's face it, it's an iPhone. They're all the same, so they can't say that they don't know how the cameras are going to work. They all work the same way, so that it's upside down means it just isn't finished software. So pretty weird, because this is the iPhone 13. This is their top model, their current model. Like, if it's not built for this, what the heck is it built for? A little bit weird. Neat idea, for sure, but ultimately useless, I think, in the real scheme of things. So anyway, Saturday this morning, not a whole heck of a lot going on, but then at about 1 o'clock, it was time to get ready. We were heading out to Leon. We're going to Sasha's 12th birthday party at Coco Calala. So I've not gotten to go there before, so this is pretty cool. Traffic gas is here. We'll see them as we pass by. I wish we got deliveries from a big truck like this. We have to get tanks. This is probably their generator power. I love these little tiny trucks. They're so silly. See, there's the big propane delivery. Anyway, so we got ready. We went to the party. We are heading to the car. Leo is here with the taxi. We are heading off to Leon today for a birthday party at Coco Calala, which is the vegetarian restaurant and pool in the city. So we're heading in there, and we'll film more while we're there. And Coco Calala is in Leon, in an old colonial house. Beautiful garden, really good food. They have, I'm about to turn into that property that I looked at the other day, that I kind of just snuck into because the path had been cleared. They have a really nice swimming pool. The water was actually ice cold. I can't believe how cold it was. The whole place was pretty cool. And we did a whole birthday party. So we were there for about 3 hours. Liesl swam a little bit, but got cold. Luciana swam most of the time. They had a really nice time overall. It was very nice. We really had a lot of fun. We met a lot of new people, a lot of people who have kids about the same age, obviously, I think. Some of them live in Leon, some live in Salinas Grandes, some of them were, I have some really weird bug hanging out on my camera right now. Wow. Ready for this? Woo! We're in Las Venitas, right across the street from the hotel the night before, and they know the current owners and all kinds of stuff. So it was really interesting. We had a really nice time, made a lot of new friends, and it was really cool. Wow, this is neat back here. Probably not supposed to be here. But who owns it? Nobody knows. That's the beauty. We're just exploring. This is cool. We're just walking around. There's a wall back here. Someone else's house. So we're backed up against some other place. It's probably snakes. So the other road is right here. And this is the back property line and a house. this is a neat property. You could do cool stuff with this. This is a good place to film. It's like bright, but like there's all this tree cover, so I've got a little bit of dappled light to make it not so harsh. So we did that. We hung out there. Really nice time. A lot of fun. Very cool. Very happy that we were invited. That was really cool. We are taking the dogs for a walk up the back road. So we did that, and there was probably, I don't know, 20 kids, 30 kids. It was a good sized party for sure. And so we went home and only had about an hour, maybe two, to get dressed and get showered and everything, get ready to go. And we went back out again. We grabbed Anna and Alan and Paul and Ivonne, and the six of us went out to Jalisco in Leon for dinner. They're mostly a steak restaurant, but they do have this calamari that we really like. I was not very impressed. I left them some bad reviews. The venue is fantastic. I mean, so gorgeous. It is hard to say how gorgeous this place is. It's an old mansion that's been converted. The original Jalisco was burned down about 3 years ago, and it was supposedly in an amazing location. Obviously, I don't know because it burned, but the new one is fantastic. I mean, it is gorgeous. Just being in there was cool. But the service was really slow, which I understand, but they got everything wrong. My food actually looked like they had served it off someone's table. I thought they were clearing plates and carrying them around with our food, and then they served it to me. Not happy about that. They got things, all kinds of stuff wrong. Alan and Yvonne both had to send their steaks back because they weren't cooked through. It was a very disappointing experience. Everybody had been raving about this place, and I would put it as a beautiful venue with nice service that's really slow, and the kitchen as being incompetent. I mean, truly awful. I was really not happy with the whole thing, and like, my meal was completed before Dominica's got the sauce that was supposed to come with her meal. Like, they went back and cooked two people's meals while not delivering the sauce that should have come with her meal. Like, they could not prioritize, couldn't figure out what they were supposed to be doing, and everything coming out of the kitchen was wrong. Not impressive in any way, shape, or form. Definitely an amateur operation, I would say. But so we did that, and then that took a lot of time because they took so long to bring us our food. And then we went out. We meant to go dancing for 80s night. We were told it was 80s night. It was not. It was just standard Nicaragua dance music, which for me works out. But Dominica wanted to go do 80s night because that's her thing. So we all went. Paul went out and went to the casino after not too long because not his thing to go dancing. So the rest of us went out and danced until, I don't really know, probably about 12:30. It felt really, really late. We were probably home long before 1, but that was it. So it was a fun Saturday out. We had a good time, and yeah, it was just a cool day overall. We were out and about quite a bit, and unfortunately I had to record today's update twice, so at least you're getting this one, so you're not getting the cool picture-in-picture, but it just isn't that good anyway. All right, I will see everybody tomorrow. I'm Scott L. Miller. It is the 4th of December, 2021. This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog, and I'm playing with some new software on my phone here in Las Piñatas, Nicaragua. This is DoubleTake that I'm using. I've never played with this. So the downside to this software, it's really cool because it lets me have two cameras at once, and it's recording one camera looking at me, obviously, because this is me, hello, and it's got the other camera showing where I am walking, and it gives me some cool control. So this is really neat. I like this. I've not had a chance to actually play with it yet, but I grabbed a couple shots with it throughout the day. I'm gonna play with it a little bit, but the big downside of it, and I understand why it's like this, it can only record in 1080p. We can't do 4K with this. Not a big deal, but it is unfortunate. It would be nice if you could do that, but it's a pretty neat feature to be able to grab both at the same time off the same device. So you can see me talking, but see what I'm looking at the same time. I like it. It's cool. Anyway, I don't know how much I'll use it, but I'm playing with it today. And I'm recording this tomorrow, and it is super busy in town because it is a festival weekend, and we have loads of people coming into town. Tuesday is a major holiday, and so today we are everyone in town is packed. There's traffic everywhere, and of course I say that now it gets a little bit quiet out here, but overall very, very busy weekend, and this marks the beginning of the busy season. So now we find out how well we can handle lots and lots of stuff. Anyway, so today is Saturday. Our big thing today is that we are heading to Coco Calala in Leon. So this morning, mostly we just hung out, didn't really do a whole lot. Mostly a chill morning. I worked on videos and editing. Got some time to relax now that the book is done, so that's really awesome. And I'm gonna try this. I'm actually gonna go to the spot where I normally record, and I'll turn around so you can see what I'm looking at when I normally do a recording. Like, that's kind of interesting. So this is the hut where sometimes I record, and this is the spot, right? Like, just anyway. And you can kind of see our house down the street. It's actually neat because I can see what I'm pointing at the same time. It's all very interesting. So we had a birthday party for one of Liesl and Luciana's friends today at Coco Calala. So about 1:30, we headed out. So we were getting ready from very early to be ready to go there. I have not managed to go there yet. They're a vegetarian restaurant, really well-known vegetarian restaurant in Leon. Dominica has been there a bit, really likes it. It's a very cool venue. It's like a hotel and restaurant and garden and pool, and they just have a lot of stuff. So we went there, and it was like a pool party, and we were there for all afternoon. Had a really nice time, met a lot of cool people. It turns out there's a lot of people with kids around our age in the general area, so all the kids got to hang out. It was really cool. We had a really nice time, and the garden and pool and everything at Coco Calala, really nice. So that was very interesting. We came back, and it was probably about 5 o'clock by the time we were back and all ready and settled in and everything back in the house. And Alan and Anna wanted to go out tonight because they've been gone. Well, he's been gone for so long. So we made plans to go out to Jalisco and El Carbon this evening in Leon again. So we came back, pretty much did very little. So it was about 5 o'clock when we got back, and we wanted to leave before 7. So with showering and getting dressed and organizing everybody, it took a little while. So we pretty much just came back out ready and went right back out again to head into Leon. So we went to, and I've not gotten to go to Jalisco before. They are a pretty meat-heavy restaurant, but they do have really good calamari that Dominica's always raving about. I had it the other day, and they messed up the order a little bit, but it was really good. So I've had it twice before, but it's the only thing on the menu for us to eat, so it's a little bit limited. So we went to dinner there. The venue is fantastically gorgeous. It's an old mansion. It's done in a northwestern Mexican style. It's an outdoor garden and all kinds of stuff. It's really, really gorgeous. It's hard to explain. It feels like a top-end American restaurant from a stylistic. Like, there's so much investment in the style. But if you go to so we ordered dinner, getting distracted, and there was, it was a terrible job on our dinner. So there were 6 of us, and with 6 of us getting dinner, first of all, it took forever. Now, they were busy, but they weren't full. They were just busy. So I don't know how much this is a one-time thing, but they did mess up the order on Wednesday. Not a big thing. It was just a tiny mess up. But so with 6 of us for dinner, first of all, it took about an hour and a half to get our food. That was a really long time, to the point where it was starting to become a problem, right? I'm used to really long waits for food in Nicaragua because everything's made fresh. Kitchens only have so much capacity. Things do take a while, so it's not the biggest deal, but this was really long. And when food finally did come, out of the 6 of us that were there, 2 people had to send their food back because their meat was undercooked. For a place that is a steak place, that's a pretty big problem. And my food came, so Dominica and I ordered the exact same thing, which is calamari with roasted potatoes and vegetables. Her plate came out normal, except it didn't come with the right sauce. It came with some completely random sauce that she can't eat because it was something she's allergic to. So that was unfortunate. And it was like, okay, well, she told them she wanted the right sauce. My plate, which should have been identical to hers, came with half the portion of calamari, half the portion of potatoes, and a few vegetables. It actually looked like they had taken someone's uneaten, half-finished meal off a table and just served it to me. It was half the portions, and it didn't look like it was presented from the kitchen. So Dominica later said she thought that they had accidentally dropped it and had a whole bunch of it spill and just served it to me anyway. And they forgot all sauce. So hers came with the wrong sauce. Mine came with no sauce. That they had a waiter bring us 2 plates of the exact same thing that were completely different in how they looked and size and everything was a bit absurd. Like, obviously he knew it was all wrong. And so very unimpressed. And the quality was not as good as it had been in the past. So the whole thing was very inconsistent and poor. Dominica switched meals with me because she only wanted a smaller portion, so it wasn't the biggest deal for us. It was just really unimpressive for the restaurant to have done such a bad job. It was very, not what I would expect. Nicaragua was normally much better at food than this. This really stood out as what kind of weird experience is this, especially for an expensive place in Leon. We then, it took so long for them just to bring Dominica's sauce out that I had finished my meal and was completely done just sitting around waiting, and then they finally brought her sauce so she could start eating. Like, it was very weird. I don't know how much anybody was really impressed with their meals, but it was a nice venue to go out to. Now, after we had gotten our meals, tons of people showed up and they were busy beyond belief. So at that point, but they were so much busier after we were there, after they had those problems, that if they were having capacity problems that were causing them to not be able to serve us, this was much worse. They must have been much worse after that, right? They should not have been allowing more people into the restaurant if they were unable to serve the ones they had. So if it was a capacity issue, that was on them for making the capacity issue worse and worse as the night went on. And if not, no matter what, it was a very unimpressive meal. I was not happy with the experience there, even though the venue, so cool. After that, we went to a place, I don't actually know its name. We were told they had 80s night for like going out 80s dancing. They did not. They were playing like traditional Nicaragua music, but we did go and get some drinks. And here's Paul. He's heading out to see a house. I saw them. Have fun. So they are heading out. I'm filming this tomorrow. They are heading to go look at a house again for rent. That is the new scooter that Paul is in right there as he goes down the street. So we went out. It was supposed to be 80s dancing, but it turned out to be Nicaragua dancing. So we did some drinking and went dancing in the evening, and that was our day. So I'll see everybody tomorrow.